time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's really live free sports pitch with the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a look at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us here today, we got Brian Bitler with us. Got Brad Francis with us as well. We got with us David Racey. Al Ninos. James will be signing in a little bit later. Mike Davis with an appearance today, as well as Rod Zawacky. And here's how the lineup for this evening. We've got Bitler, Racy, Davis, Francis, Ninos, Clark, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, all baseball all the time right now until we get into August when we have preseason football. I know the Hall of Fame game will fall during the week, so we'll have a pick, I'm sure, from that in about 6 weeks, 7 weeks from now. But we got a lot of baseball on the board tonight. Game in progress, 8-5 St. Louis ahead of Washington. Washington up to an early lead, but Cardinals bats working today. Top of the seventh, first and third in this game, 2 outs. Cardinals still batting up 8-5. And then, of course, we got 9 games in the primetime hour, so let's get this one underway. Kick off the week with Brian Bitler, as always. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Of course, Brian... always putting up great numbers over on the site, so I think we're ready to roll here with Brian Bitler. We'll bring him in ready to go. Brian, what's happening?
Tell you what, love leading off the drive-through on a Monday, get the week started right. Reminds me of my baseball days when I used to bat lead off for my high school team. But now it's handicapping, and I got a great winner on Monday night.
A great winner on Monday night indeed. All right, let's get it rolling here with Brian Bitler. Today we're going to be looking at this Diamondbacks and Brewers team. Of course, Diamondbacks having a great year this season. It's in top of the AL West, but teams like the Giants, Padres starting to get hot. Dodgers always lurking in there as well. Brewers favorite here, -110, total of 8.
I'll tell you what, guys, on a limited card here, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line Monday night for my drive-through selection. Merrill Kelly, Corbin Burns. Very similar stats for the season, but Corbin Burns, in my eyes, is the trusted commodity here. Kelly has been excellent, but he can be gotten to. This Diamondbacks team 20-11 on the road this season, but to me, I just don't see them keeping up that the pace that they're on with this roster that they have. I think it's a near impossibility. Brewers finally starting to surge here, winners of 3 straight games. Diamondbacks over recent history haven't been great in Milwaukee, just 5-17 last 22 meetings in Milwaukee, and then overall 9-19 last 28 meetings between these two teams. I'm going to lay a little bit of juice here, take the Milwaukee Brewers in the money line.
All right, Brian says go ahead and take the Brewers. -123. Of course, you do your line shopping. Of course, you want to make sure you get the best numbers. We're using the sharpest book in the world, so you're not going to have that big of a spread here. Like you see a 9-cent spread here between this line. Just always put the sharpest book in the world up here so you guys can see the value when you shop to get the best numbers. And don't take those 30-cent baseball lines because you're just not doing yourself a favor in the long term, especially in a game like baseball. Brian, in this one, Burns is someone who really had a slow start. His strikeout rates were in the teens, but we're starting to see the Burns of old now. He's got that strikeout rate up to 24%. Remember, this is a 30% strikeout guy. It looks like he's starting to get his run into form here.
Corbin Burns definitely slow start to the season had me questioning him a little bit, but I think by the end of the year he's going to be contending for that NL Cy Young Award. And the problem with the Brewers is their run scoring. They're only ranked 23rd, and then that 23rd Major League Baseball runs 4.1 runs per game. Arizona 5.1 fifth place. So really, Corbin Burns, if he can shut down Arizona, I think they got a good shot tonight.
Yeah, and of course, he's going up against a tough one because Kelly has been strong on the road here. When you look at Kelly here, team record behind Kelly, 6-0 on the road, ERA at 2.12. But again, this is a tough customer here when you're going up against Burns.
For sure. I think Merrill Kelly's last outing, I'm not sure what his stat line was. I forgot. I had it written down here. But to me, I just think the Brewers here late is when I think it's going to be close throughout. Not the first 5, not taking the Brewers' first 5. This is a full game bet. I think Milwaukee walks it off late. I think it's a 1-run ball game. But for me, at this price, I'm going to take the Brewers at home with Corbin Burns. You don't see him at -110 to 115 very often.
Not very often. Of course, you do have a Diamondbacks team coming in. And of course, those big trend numbers with Kelly's been strong against teams lineups that strike out, and of course he's been strong on the road against NL Central. But again, his road mark good. But again, you're facing Burns, and that's the key here for Brian's pick here. And of course, we did see the Brewers rally in that 8th inning last night to run away against that Pirates bullpen. Brewers -123 here against the Diamondbacks. This one to have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. 9 games on the board for Major League Baseball for tonight. As you can see, fantastic results here from Brian this year on the board. 580 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Print. So you can verify those numbers simply by going to Brian's handicapper page down to the pick history. You'll see all the plays there documented. All right, Brian, what do you have going on over at the site?
Tell you what, off a positive weekend here, we're going to try to keep the momentum going. I got my best bet titanium play, $19 for that titanium play, and it's 177, 131, and 1. That's a 58% hit rate over the last 309. So make sure you head on over to pickdogs.com and get that MLB titanium play tonight.
Titanium play is very good value there at $19. Credit guarantee. Remember, these plays, 1 day passes are credit guarantee. They must turn a profit. The amount you purchase is credit back to your account for site credits. That is profit guarantee. You can also try Brian out for the longer term pass. That 7-day pass, very popular here on a Monday. All of Brian's premium plays for 7 days from baseball. Pick as a promo code, save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again later in the week.
I'll catch you on Friday, Tony. I'm going to sit back and watch some of these world-class handicappers coming up. Definitely a good show here on Monday, and you have a good one. I'll catch you at the week.
You as well. Brian Bill here on the drive-thru. Yeah, really good, strong lineup here today on Monday's drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, we're going to bring in David Racey. You'll catch him over at Pick Dodge Print. David having a fantastic year in Major League Baseball this season. He is a writer on the site, so I always like the writers because you know they're going to be very well researched. We'll bring in, because my background too in writing as well, we'll go ahead and bring in David Racey, ready to roll. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing great. I was thinking back to my writing days, and I don't know how I did it. I didn't know how I did it back then.
It's crazy right now with just baseball going on. I have so much free time, you know. You grind through the fall and the winter with basketball, hockey, college basketball, football, and all of a sudden I got a bunch of free time.
Yeah, there is, and it really helps your work. I mean, there's a amount of work ethic that goes into writing. I always told people the hardest thing in life to do is write when you're tired.
Not easy to do. That happens to me every night.
Oh my goodness, that is the worst thing ever. But anyway, tonight we're going into the Major League Baseball gear, and the Cubs here showing a little bit of flex with their bats against the Pirates team, limping back home after a rough road trip. Cubs favorite here, total of 9.
Yeah, I like the Cubs in this one. Like you said, the Cubs bats are coming to life. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. In those 6 games, they've scored 44 runs, and they're really hitting the ball well. Even in their loss yesterday to the Orioles, they still scored 3 runs, had plenty of hits. They're starting Drew Smyly in this one, and he got roughed up. These two teams played just 2 series ago, and we actually had this exact pitching matchup. Smyly got beat up a little bit. He allowed 5 earned to Pittsburgh in that start, but he's been solid for most of the year. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 10 of his last 13 starts this season. Then you look at the Pirates, they've lost 6 games in a row. They've only scored 8 runs in their last 4 games, so major drought at the plate. They're starting Beto, who's making his 2nd career start. Like I said, they faced each other just a couple series ago. He allowed 1 earned run over 4 innings, but I think this Cubs team's going to make an adjustment here, and I think they get to him early and often in this one. Then looking at some trends, Chicago's 23-8 in their last 31 game ones of a series. Pittsburgh's 0-6 in their last 6 against the NL Central, and Chicago's 4-0 in these 2 teams' last 4 head-to-head meetings. So I like the Cubs bats to stay hot and Smyly to have a much better effort here in a Cubs win.
All right, there we go with David here. Cubs minus 127 here against the Pirates. Yeah, you know, Smyly has been pretty. You can count on him in this price range between even money and minus 150. The team record behind him 16-4. So in these type of situations, he's been money here. And also too, again, we saw it yesterday in that 8th inning with this Pirates bullpen. Looking over their past 10 games, an ERA about 8.5.
Yeah, it's brutal. And you get to the late game, and I mean, just like this matchup, Smyly versus Beto, a few days back, the Pirates had the lead, and then all of a sudden, here come the Cubs. They storm back, win 10-6. So yeah, that bullpen's not doing them any favors. And yeah, Smiley's been solid. His last couple starts have been a little shaky. He's allowed 5 to Pittsburgh, 2 to the Angels, 3 to the Padres, 5 to the Reds. So the last 4 have been a little iffy, but I don't think that drowns out the rest of the work he's put in throughout the start of the year, and I still like him here.
All right, David, here on the Cubs, minus 127 here against the Pirates. This one have a start time here, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. We mentioned David's performance in Major League Baseball, but it's outstanding. Over 1,000 units of profit. All documented over at Pick.com. You can verify those numbers very easily. Go into his handicapper page, go down at Pick History, every play documented. All right, 9 games left on the board for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a good start to the baseball season for me. Tonight I have my MLB 3-pack for $39, and I have my MLB best bet for $19. The best bet is included in the 3-pack, so obviously you don't want to buy both of those. But head on over there, join me for the night, and roll those profits into a long-term pass, because that's where the value's at. You get a lot more bang for your buck when you're on a 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day pass versus just the day-by-day trials. So head on over there and let's win some money.
Win some money indeed with David Racey over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results in baseball. Now you mentioned the long-term passes. You can try them out for 30 days. That 1-month pass, all of David's premium plays for 30 days. All this baseball for 30 days. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off, $45 off that 30-day pass. The way David's running, you want to consider that. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, David, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But let everybody know you're writing over at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, over at pickdogs.com, myself and all the other writers, we do a free pick article on just about every single game, no matter the sport. So if you head on over to pickdogs.com, there's a tab for free picks. You can pick whatever sports you're looking for and get a write-up. It's really good data, and you get a free pick out of it.
That's right, guys. So check them out over at Pick Dogs. Look for David Racey's writings. Of course, get that long-term pass and get on board with David Racey over at Pick Dogs. All right, David, have a great week. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
You got it. David Racey here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here with our coverage. Welcome back, Mike Davis here to the show. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Mike. I think he's ready to roll here. We'll find him in right now. Mike, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Doing great. Everything's great. Catching your shows here 3 days a week over the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, as well as your video series. And you're going to pick a game that you got to really leave to the There's some games you got to leave to the professionals, and we have Mike here for this one right here tonight. As we're going to be looking here at this one here between the Royals and Tigers. Tigers favored here, total of 9.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a 640 game. Hang on, Tony. My wife makes me show my ring in every video. A lot of ladies been coming at me since I joined the Pick Dogs channel, so I always have to show the ring in every video just to let the women know out there that I am indeed married. So, yeah, this is a tough game. Tigers, Royals. I like the over in this game, 9. If you look, Tony, Detroit has really been putting up some crooked numbers as of late, and that's probably gone unnoticed. They've scored 5+ runs in 8 of their last 10, and in those 8 games, they scored 50 runs total. Yet, the line is only minus 144 tonight with them facing Jordan Lyles. We all know Jordan Lyles, the Royals are 0-14 when he's pitched this season. His ERA is 6.89. It's 9.10 away from home. Yet the line is only minus 144. Why is that, Tony? I think it's because they know this Royals lineup can hit the baseball. And I know if you look at both of these teams against right-handers, they're not great. Yet the total is still 9 runs. There's a reason behind that. The Royals will hit the ball tonight. I like them against Reese Olson. He had a good game in his opener against Chicago White Sox, but come out last game against a really good hitting Braves team, probably the best hitting team in Major League Baseball, and they hammered him for 5 hits, 6 earned runs, and just 3 1/3 innings. I do look for him to bounce back and pitch a little better than that tonight. But I'm probably the only guy that's ever come on your show, Tony T, that actually likes some of the young I ain't going to call them stars, young players in the Royals lineup. I really do. I look for them to string together some hits. I watched them closely last week. Tony, as you know, when you're on a team, for example, I was on the Reds last week, minus 1.5 against the Royals. So when you're on the Reds, you really pay attention to what the Royals are doing at the plate. They pounded out 15 hits in that game and only scored 4 earned runs. So I was lucky in that game to get that victory. But I like the way they hit the baseball. Their only problem, they didn't hit with runners in scoring position. They didn't move the line at the right time. I don't like either one of these bullpens. I like this game to go over the total. Over is 4-0 in the Tigers' last 4 during game 1 of the series, for what that's worth. Over is 4-0 Tigers' last 4 home games, and the over is 4-0 in the Royals' last 4 games versus a right-handed starter. Over the total, Tony T.
All right, Mike says go over Royals and the Tigers, over total of 9. Yeah, we have 2 starters with really crooked ERA numbers. And, of course, if you watch that Angels series, we saw the Royals bats come to life here and do some damage to that Angels bullpen that has shown improvement this year.
Yeah, they hit, the game that Canning started, the Royals ended up scoring 10 runs in that game. And as you mentioned, it was a lot of that came to against the bullpen. But, again, this isn't a team that you can depend on for 6-7 runs a night. But, they only scored 2 last time out. Before that, they scored 10. They blanked versus Sandoval, which was a shocker to me. But before that, they had scored 4 runs in 3 consecutive games, 4-4-4, 0-10. So, I look for them to be around 5 runs tonight, and I just can't envision the Tigers not scoring at least 5 also. So I really like that. I think there's some value here, despite this total being a little bit high, with these two teams that really don't bat well against righties. That says a lot about the pitching matchup and the way these two teams have been hitting. So I like the over in this situation.
Yeah, our line service from the sharpest book in the world. You can see a little bit of juice of the over. You better get on now because you could see this hit 9.5. So
Sure.
you better quick make a move right on it. Royals Tigers over total here of 9. This one they have a start time here 6:40. All right, Mike, let's take a look over at Pick Dodgement for tonight's action. Of course, Mike doing fantastic work. You see him top of the leaderboards for 2023, 1,739 units of profit. Mike showing profit for the year, for the last 3 days, last 7 days, coming in with a winning day yesterday. 9 on the board for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Listen, tonight, Tony, it's just the National League game of the week. That's all. Just one game, National League game of the week. Listen, I had a bad day last Tuesday night. I'm still kind of pissed off about it, Tony. I went 1-3 last Tuesday. I released 5 games, but 1 game was canceled, so I went 1-3. And, since then I've gone 9-2 in my last 11 Major League Baseball plays. It's not whether or not us as handicappers or people in general are going to face adversity. It's how you respond to that adversity that makes you either a good handicapper, a great handicapper, or just a handicapper. And I believe me being able to respond to adversity has, certainly helped me during my career. So I like the fact that I'm back with 9-2, and I'm looking to make it 10-2 tonight.
Go 10-2 with Mike Davis over at Pick Dodge. He's got the big play alert up there right now. Credit guarantee must turn a profit. The amount you purchase is credit back to your account for side credits. That is credit guarantee. Also, Mike, with the long-term passes, you may consider the 1-month all sports pass the way Mike's running. Get all of Mike's premium plays here for 30 days here on that 1-month pass. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Significant savings there, about $45 when you make that. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Get that 1-month pass. All right, Mike, it's always great having your show. Continue that success. Catch up with you down the line. But let everybody know about your video series and your live show over on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I've been doing a first 5 video for a while now. I'm really enjoying that. It's been going really well. I also started something with Parlay Play. If you like to play parlays and you like to play player props, this will pay you 75 to 1. So make sure you check out those videos. Go check out Parlay Play. Use our code PICKDOGS. You'll get $100. You'll get a $5 free play. You'll get entered into some free events for cash money, and you'll get to play fantasy football with me if you think you can hack it. And also, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 o'clock, I'd love for you guys to join me during my live show. We have a lot of good time. It's more crowd interactive, so it's more about the fans and I say fans, but more about the handicappers that come into the chat, the amateur or pro handicappers out there that come into the chat. We interact with them a good bit, and I really enjoy that, man. We've created a good community. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 o'clock right here on the greatest YouTube channel ever, baby.
You got 1 Eastern time. Join Mike Davis there in the chat room. Make sure to like, subscribe, set notifications. So when Mike's live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you're live with him. And it's interactive. He wants your picks. He wants your handicapping questions. Get in there and be involved in that interactive show with Mike and you, the chat room. All right, Mike, have yourself a great afternoon. We'll catch up with you down the line.
See you, Tony T. Be good, baby.
You got it. Mike Davis here on the drive-thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Time for Brad Francis. Catch him over at Pick Dog Swim. We'll bring in Brad right now. We're going to have some, it's all baseball coverage today. I know, Brad, you can also catch him on the UFC shows here on the Pick Dog channel. Him and Mills gets together and they do a show here on UFC Saturdays, usually on the Saturday after the morning show. Bring him in right now. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? How are we doing today?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. Tonight, we've got the Blue Jays and Marlins going head-to-head here. Marlins have had pretty good year, but the Blue Jays could be tough here. They're going to be on the road here, favored, -153, total of 8.
Yeah, and I'm going to roll with the Blue Jays. I think this is a great bounce back spot for the Blue Jays after a tough series against the Rangers. This starting pitching matchup, it should favor the Blue Jays heavily with Berrios on the mound. He's been a solid guy in this rotation. He comes into this one with a 7-4 record with a 3.32 ERA. And when it comes to the Marlins, they're going to be starting Hoeing, who, yeah, he's been mostly a bullpen guy. He has had a couple starts, and they've been solid starts. But like I said, I don't think he's going to be able to compare to what Berrios is going to bring to the table tonight. The Blue Jays, those bats could always get hot. They rank 4th in batting average, 11th in runs scored in the MLB, which is a better ranking than the Marlins in both those categories. So, this Marlin team, like you said, they have been playing well, and they do have a better record than the Blue Jays, but I still think the Blue Jays are a better all-around team, especially when they have a pitching advantage like they do tonight. So, yeah, I mean, it's a little juicy, but lay the juice. Give me the Blue Jays all day here.
All right, we got Brad here going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays here at minus 151 here against this Miami Marlins team. And you definitely have to put the check mark, no doubt, on the bats here with this Blue Jays lineup, how they can hit the baseball. And, of course, Berrios was someone people would want to stay away from on the road, but of late he seemed to be able to get over that roaditis that he's performing much better.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this is going to be a season where, he continues to play well and could continue to be a solid guy in the Blue Jays rotation over the next couple of years. So I've liked what I saw from him. Yeah, like you said, they're going to have the hitting advantage and they should have the pitching advantage here. So, even though they're the road team here, you see that they're minus 152. I think we still take it.
There we go. Brad here, Blue Jays lay the minus 151. 152. Do your line shopping. Get the best numbers indeed. This one to have a start time here, 6:40 Eastern time. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, all baseball here. 9 games remaining here on the board for Major League Baseball. What do you have going over at the site?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got my best play in baseball tonight. You can find that on pickdogs.com. It's $19 on the site. So check that out. Of course, all we got is baseball, but just rolling with one play today. 3 day, 7 day, 30 days, a great option. I draw plays every day on the site, so be sure to check out those options as well.
That's right, guys. Got to board with Brad Francis over at Pick Dodge Trim, showing good profit here over the last 7 days over at Pick Dodge Trim. You can verify that up there if you would. $19 premium play on the board. Of course, the long-term pass. Keep an eye there with long-term passes from Brad. 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Get all his premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to his handicapper page and you make that purchase, pick as a promo code, save that 15% off. All right, Brad, as always, great having you show. To you that success. We'll catch up with you again later in the week. Are we looking at a UFC card this weekend?
Yeah, we do have a UFC card, but me and Mills and Mitch have been talking about it. We want to kind of make a format like Ron's Rundown or the jam session that Jay does. So just something a little more digestible. So we're kind of figuring out what we're going to do there. So keep an eye out for that update. But the live shows are probably going to come to the end, and we're just going to have a video where we give out all the picks and just make it a little more digestible and easy to listen to for the people. There
you go. Sounds good. On demand. So keep an eye there, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. So when those videos drop, you want to get them right away to get the best numbers before these numbers move, because we know on fight night these numbers move. No doubt about that. Yep. Where do they move in that market? All right, Brad. Have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you later in the week.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Have a good one.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the drive-thru. Guys, you miss a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Shout out to the chat room there. Nick Beats Vegas. Shout out to you there, as well as folks like Latifa, Ron Elson in there, Blake in there as well. Always great to hear from all you folks there in the chat around social media. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's next up is Al Ninos. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Prim. So we'll bring Al in right now. I think we're all set to go here with Al Ninos. Let's see. Let's find his key here. Here we go with Al Ninos. Al, what's happening?
Pretty good, Tony. How are you doing?
Things going great. All right, here we go tonight. We're going to Major League Baseball as the Red Sox are on the road here to face the Twins off their pretty good weekend there. A series they've come off. They must be feeling good about themselves. We see the Twins favored here in this good pitching matchup, minus 140, total of 8.
Yeah, they must be feeling great about themselves, sweeping the Yankees, winning that doubleheader yesterday. But that is my biggest concern for them today is how spent this bullpen will be after that doubleheader, where they had the opening game was a bullpen game to begin with. So tough spot for this Red Sox bullpen, but this lineup's been red hot, and they've been hitting the ball extremely well, probably one of the hottest lineups in the league right now. And on the other side, you got the Twins getting healthier, but still getting mixed results out of them. Still have yet to see them go on like a good, consistent run here. And again, just I think we're getting the more consistent baseball from the Red Sox now. That concern with the bullpens would make me maybe try to make me lean a little bit more towards the Red Sox in the first 5 innings, so we don't have to worry about them as much. But I'm splitting my bet here, taking the Red Sox both first 5 and full game.
I'm going to split it up here on the show. Red Sox plus 128 here against the Twins. But on the pocket, Al Ninos will definitely have our first 5. A little worried about that bullpen, of course, coming off a doubleheader game there against the Yankees. Of course, James Paxton is hoping they don't get to the bullpen with these strikeout numbers. Maybe this is the Paxton we've seen of old, right? Back when he broke into the league, 33% strikeout rate, keeping those keeping those walks down. Of course, we know we know Lopez as kind of an up and down pitcher. There was a lot of hope for this team, these Twins. When they came into when they started the season with an improvement on the pitching mound, but again, the hitting hasn't lived up to what they did last year.
Yeah, and again, real quick on Paxton, he if you just take a quick glance at his number over the last couple of years, they're not pretty, but he didn't get to pitch much, the last couple of seasons. So you got to go back to 2019 where he had a full season, and his numbers before that were pretty solid. I mean, not the best numbers, not Cy Young numbers, but, pretty decent numbers. And I think they're good enough to get us the edge at least through the first 5 innings here.
All right, we got Al Ninos here, Red Sox plus 128 here against the Twins. This one to have a start time here, 7:40 Eastern time. All right, El Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dodgement for tonight's action. Of course, 9 games on the board here for Major League Baseball here. Bottom of the hour, we got some games beginning in about 10 minutes. Al with some really good results over the last, for the year in baseball. 1,061 units of profit. All talking over at Pick Dodgement. You can verify that. Just go to Al's handicapper page and you'll see that. All right, what do you have going over at the site?
Got my $19 Grand Slam if you just want to check out one play tonight, but I also have a 3-pack that does not include that Grand Slam, and my latest bet of the night as well, which is in that 3-pack, so don't buy that one separately if you get the 3-pack. But again, best way to go is always getting the long-term and 2-for-1 cap passes. You don't have to worry about which package to buy, and it's your only way to get my 5th play of the night as well.
That's right, guys. You got both El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here in Major League Baseball for the year coming out. Also showing profit last 7 days. Remember, the one-day passes are up there. Include a $19 premium that is credit guarantee on these 1 days, meaning they must turn a profit. The amount you purchase is credited back to your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. Or again, the long-term passes Al was mentioning. He does have a baseball season pass. Get all of Al's premium plays from Major League Baseball for the rest of the season, all the way to the end of the playoffs. That takes you right into about November. So that's a lot of baseball, right? We have a lot of baseball still to go, almost 4.5 months. Pick as a promo code, you'll save 15% off. So they'll knock $75 off that MLB season pass. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you in a little bit here on the recap.
All right, see you in a minute, Tom.
Got Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. Reminder, if you miss any pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Time to bring in James Clark. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring James in right now. I think we're ready to roll here in just a second with James. I think we're set. Here we go. James Clark, ready to go. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How you tonight, buddy?
Yeah, everything's going great. All right, here we go to Major League Baseball tonight. 8 Eastern time features the Rangers on the road here against the White Sox. We finally have a line in this game. We've been waiting for some time. And we got it. I guess we know who the primary pitcher is. We know the opener now for the White Sox. So here we go. Rangers just minus 120 on the road here in this game. Total sits 9.5.
Guys, you look at these two teams, and I'm pretty much going with the hot bats here with the Rangers. I like them on the run line here. I think they beat the White Sox by 2 or more runs in this game. This White Sox team cannot hit the ball to save their lives, man. They've struggled all season. Haney a great pitcher, but this White Sox team's going to make him look like an all-star pitcher, but just the way they can't hit the ball, putting up strikeouts. The Mariners, Boo Weegley, the other day had 7-8 strikeouts against this White Sox team, and he ain't known for many strikeouts, but that's one thing. I mean, that's what I'm looking at this team. Rangers have been knocking the cover off the ball, putting up a lot of runs, and the White Sox ain't been hitting the ball at all, guys. And getting a lot of strikeouts, not even really getting on base. So I really like the plus money here with the Rangers to win by two or more runs, guys.
There you go. That should read now plus 125, which has been adjusted here not too long ago. Here, that should show up in the graphic in a little bit. Here, plus 125 here is the number here when you take the Rangers and you lay the 1.5 here with Heaney. And again, it's hard to argue that because when you look at Heaney when he's doing well is he's pitching on the road. There we go. I got the upgraded graphic here. Heaney on the road, an ERA under 3, a whip of just 1.07. He does limit his strikeouts though for the year, but he's gotten the numbers done on the road.
Yeah, he has, and like I said, mentioned earlier about the strikeouts against the White Sox team. Even though he's been limited on the road with strikeouts, I look for him to get 6 or 7 strikeouts, maybe an 8 against the White Sox team, shut them down, and the Rangers do what they've been doing best. They might not hit early, but they definitely come out late. Either way, they're going to be putting some runs up on the board. I really like him to win by 2 or more.
Yeah, Heaney with a 24% strikeout rate. The concern is Schulten's, the primary pitcher, only 13% strikeout rate. That's a concern when you're facing the top hitting and scoring lineup in baseball.
Yeah, for sure. And I bragging on the Rangers here. Like I said, this Rangers team has come on this year and hit the ball. They had a pretty good season last year, but not compared to the way they're hitting the ball this year. I mean, a lot of home runs, a lot of people on base. Just getting runs in, sacrifice, doubles. I mean, it's all the way around. Just not just a big home run hitting team. They place the ball, and they're getting people on bases, and then when they get them on bases, they're getting them home. This Ranger team knows how to score some runs and know how to manufacture some runs, and they're definitely doing it.
They certainly do here. James on the Rangers run line. Lay the 1.5. We got the graphic updated here. Plus 125 against the White Sox. This one will have a start time here, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Great results over the last 7 days. 377 units of profit. All document over at Pick Dodge, Pim. All right, James, tonight we still have 9 games on the board for Major League Baseball. A few to start here in about 5 minutes. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Guys, I got a 3-pack, 3 plays that I really love. Coming off a 3-0 day yesterday, looking to keep it rolling. I'm going to go again tonight with a 3-0 sweep. So after we go 3-0, guys, upgrade to 3, 7, or 30 days. Like I say, we got the best cappers. Like I say every time I'm on the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of the cappers that's on the show or it's on the site, and we'll put some money in your pocket.
That's right, guys. Get over with James Cock over at Pick Dodge Premium. Great results over the last 7 days. Plays up there, a 3-pack from baseball here from James. And, of course, the way he's running, you may consider the longer-term pass. You can try him out for 7 days. A 7-day pass. Get all of James' premium plays for 7 days. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, James, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again later in the week.
All right, Tony. Appreciate you having me on the show. Good luck to everybody. Let's cash some tickets, and I'll see y'all Friday.
See you on Friday. James Clark here on the drive-thru. Let's continue, guys. Seen a lot of people sign in today's show today. We appreciate everyone's contribution here in the chat. And if you miss any of our pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. El Ninos will help us out. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Next up is Ron Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dodge. He was good to us here on the show. Really good with the peripherals he did on Fridays. We had a lot of time to fill on Friday. We had a lot of folks on vacation. So Rod did very well on the peripheral side of things. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much. Back to kick off the week. Definitely Friday was a little quiet around here. Definitely the green room didn't have everybody's favorite snacks because they definitely checked out on Friday, that's for sure. They're like, what do you mean there's no green M&Ms? No, I'm out. Not coming. No, definitely right. Not doing it because, the green room was pretty empty on Friday.
Yeah,
but hey, it's working. Dug deep and we went 2-1, so got some money.
Got some money. We got the green room restocked with Fiji water, so that we're looking good.
Yeah, it's full. Holy man, look, it's full. It's full of snacks in back there. That's why the show is packed. The stocking crew didn't get lost, and everything's been stocked back there. Even Bitler's here because he's got the Fiji water going, right?
That's right. He needs his Fiji water, so he's back. He's back. All right. This is a pretty good matchup tonight because these are two teams that are on the upswing now. They were started slow, but they've been working their way on the road, gathering up wins. Padres coming off a pretty good series win over the weekend here. Giants home here against the Padres, and the Giants, so they laid a whack in there to the Dodgers. So this is a really good matchup here. You can see by the line here. Padres favored here -111, total 8.5.
Yeah, this is definitely two teams that are the hotter two in baseball right now. You look at the Giants going 8-2 in their last 10, and the Padres 7-2 in their last 10. So two teams rolling right along here. Remember the Padres at the beginning of the year? They couldn't they hit a beach ball if their life depended on it. They were having trouble scoring runs. Well, that's definitely turned around, and also some pitching has definitely turned this around for the Padres. And one of the red spots has been definitely Michael Wacha on the mound, and he's. I remember a couple of years ago Chris doing a bit on Waka jokes, like he was like Fozzie Bear or like Pac-Man. I remember. Well, he's definitely turned it on and been pitching well. 7-2 this season with a 2.89 ERA, with a 1.06 WHIP, and look at lights out over his last 3, 2-1 with a 1.04 ERA and a 0.92 WHIP. Well, the Giants are going to go to a bullpen game, but they're going to send Ryan Walker out to start this. It'll be his first start, but hey, he's been solid this season. 11 appearances. I think he can hold things down. And then when you throw it to this Giants bullpen, it's been solid. 3.77 ERA has been the Giants bullpen. Definitely solid part of reason why the Giants have been rolling along. Winners of 7 straight. 6 of those have been on the road. Only 1 home. This is where they've struggled. You look, Giants 2-6 in their last 8 at home. Well, offensively, as I said, alluded to earlier, Padres now definitely a 5.22 scoring runs versus right-handed pitching over the last 10 games. Giants 6.36 runs over 10 versus right-handed pitching over the last 10 games. So they've definitely crushing the ball as well. So definitely might see some runs here in this one, as both teams' bats are definitely going. But you look at the Padres; they've definitely owned the Giants. 6-0 in the last 6 here in San Francisco. 9-1 in the last 10 meetings. And the Giants, off of as you said, nice big giant long road trip, successful road trip, beating up on the Dodgers. Coming back home here, 9-23 in their last 32 at home, following one of these long 7+ day road trips. So I'm gonna go with the Padres here to continue to roll and get the win here over the Giants.
There you go. That's an old school angle there. First home game after a long road trip. No day off here. Here come the Padres into a short flight here to face the Giants. It looks like Junis will be the primary starters. And, against Junis, right-hander hit almost 300 against him this year.
And exactly. And just as I alluded to, the Padres hitting right-handers almost scoring 6 runs a game versus right-handed pitching. So that's definitely bodes well for the Padres' favor as well. And I like it. I'm going with Padres here.
Yeah,
and if you watch the morning show, somebody says I was going to get turfed if the Giants win this game. So we need the Padres. Let's go.
That's right. And of course, the Wacha form has been outstanding. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer here in 8 straight starts. So that's some pretty good numbers. Remember, Wacha was remember with Tampa Bay, they were using him as an opener. It was kind of a funky role for him back there. I made the other announcement. The way that the Tampa Bay used him sparingly, it probably helped build up his arm strength. He wasn't logging in those big innings.
Well, exactly, right? They use him sparingly, and now he's got a shot to be a starter. He's definitely taking advantage of his start here. Like I said, I remember Chris making the joke of, oh no, here comes Wacha. Wacha's making the start, and he's giving up more runs than Pac-Man eating those little dots. He was like Wacha. I remember it a couple of years ago.
Yep. Toward the tail end there before he made a rehab his career in Tampa Bay. He was getting up. And he was heavily. Remember, he had success early in his career and logged in a lot of innings. So I think that little break he had in Tampa Bay, where they just kind of like babied him, even a little 3 innings here, 3 innings there, just kind of an opener or a fill-in, those primary pitcher type of situations. That's what he played that role now. Okay, we took off the training wheels. You're back to, riding as an adult and putting up some adult numbers here. Padres -110 here against the Giants. This one to have a start time here of 9:45 Eastern time. It's your late night game. Check it out. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. We're getting some games starting here. So we got 7 games on the board remaining here for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at the site?
And over pick dodge premium tonight, I got one play on the board that I absolutely love. This would have been number 2, but I didn't want to go with 2 plays. I just rolled with 1. So it's my $19 MLB bookie bomb. We've been rolling along with it. It's 17-7 over the last 24 plays of that bookie bomb. So definitely jump aboard that for $19. And after you win that, jump aboard something long term, as we've been killing it with that bookie bomb. And we'll keep rolling along in the MLB. That's my top rated play of the day in whatever sport's going. It'll be my bookie bomb play of the day. Grab a 3-day, grab a 7-day, grab a 30-day. Hey, we got lots of action ahead. I might only have 1 play today, but tomorrow I might have 3. So definitely jump aboard. Continue to make some money and pound the bookies.
Pound the bookies indeed. With Zawacky over at Pick Dodge Premium. Remember, the 1-day passes are credit guaranteed. They must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back to your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. And long-term passes are not, because they're sold at a really discounted price. And you can also use that promo code PICK to save that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. To you, that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Everybody know about the morning show. You're part of the morning crew every day here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time during the week.
Yeah, definitely tune in to the morning show. Always have a good time. 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Me, Mission Chris, go over the day's action. Definitely might go a little bit off the rails and see what's to eat over at one of the ballparks, but definitely tune in. Always a good time. Like, subscribe. We get notified by with all the other content that we got going with everybody else's video series. Definitely lots of content you don't want to miss out on. So we appreciate everybody. Smash that thumbs up. Cost you nothing. Helps us out a ton. And hey, we can get to like 50 likes there. We'll just make it light. You get to 50. It's early. It's Monday. You get that thing to 50. I'll give you 2 plays tomorrow.
There you go. 2 plays tomorrow from Ron Zawacky. Let's get those likes up here, guys, coming up. Even those of you that are watching us on the replay, give us those likes, those thumbs up. Really help us out. We greatly appreciate that. All right, Rod. As always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Definitely. Good luck with all your bets tonight, Tony, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Catch everybody else tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern.
That's right. 10:30 a.m. Eastern here. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-through. Guys, if you miss any pick, we're going to recap in the end show. Got Al Ninos here waiting to help us out with that. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's get to my pick here. We'll get the game up here. We're going Mets Astros in this one tonight up on the board. And we're going to be looking here at the Astros in this game here. -110, -115. Do your best. Do the best you can to get the best numbers. If you can, open up multiple accounts, multiple books. That's your best way to attack the bookies, is to attack more than one. That's the way you want to do it here. Scherzer on the mound here. It's been a rough year for Scherzer, especially on the road. He's been hammered his past 2 starts, as we know, but he's been having struggles here on the road. Mets are just 4-15 as an underdog of even money or greater. And we got Hunter Brown on the mound tonight. 13 starts, puts up the numbers, ERA 3.35, whip of 1.19. I like his strikeout rate, 27%, 8.5% walks. Lots of ground balls here, 56% ground ball rate. So you get a guy on base, well, you have a shot at a double play when you have ground balls. So I like his numbers. I like the high strikeouts. I like the high ground balls. He limits the home runs. Scherzer's getting hammered a little bit. He's had his struggles on the road. And the Mets, frankly, have not been a good underdog. 4-15 on the season. We'll go here with the Astros, -110, -115 again. Do your line shopping. Get the best numbers. All right, guys, check out Pick Dodge Premium tonight. I've got the 3-pack up there on the board for Major League Baseball. And my 3-pack bundled in there is my $19 premium. My $19 premium is also sold standalone. Don't buy them both. You can either just buy my $19 premium play, my premium $19 premium best bet, or buy my 3-pack, which has 2 other premium plays bundled in with that $19 premium pick. Of course, I have the long-term pass, my 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Just so like when you go to my handicapper page and you make that purchase, pick is the promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's see. We get to the before we get to the recap. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. We've got started with the Royals and Tigers. No score, bottom of the first. Tigers closed at -133. The numbers stayed here at 9. We saw a little move to the under here, right? We thought that it was -116 juice down to -112 juice. So a little bit of under coming in here on that Royals-Tigers game. But I'm with Mike Davis. I kind of like that over now that he talked about. He made a really good case for that over in that game. We'll get to the recap in a little bit here in just a second. Blue Jays and Marlins have gone underway. Blue Jays out in the top of the first. We're at the bottom of the first, scoreless in this game. between Blue Jays and Marlins. So there's another game going on, right? Yeah, it's this one. Cardinals and the Nationals in progress here. 8-6, bottom ninth, 2 outs. The Nats have a runner on second, so the tying run comes to the plate here to face Hicks in this high leverage situation. 2-2 count here on the batter as they're down to the last strike, and they strike him out. So final now, 8-6. As the St. Louis Cardinals win. They were favored minus 139. This one flew over the total of 10 runs. All right, we got you caught up here on the Blue Jays, Marlins, Cubs, and Pirates. Top of the hour. That takes us to the top of the hour action. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Let's get to the recap. Al Ninos joins us in this recap. All right, Brian liked the Brewers here, minus 123 against the Diamondbacks. David was on the Cubs, minus 127 against the Pirates. Mike on Royals, Tigers over 9. Brad was on the Blue Jays, minus 151 against the Marlins. Al Ninos, Red Sox, plus 128 against the Twins. James takes the run line with Texas, minus 1.5 runs, plus 125 against the White Sox. Rod likes Padres, minus 110 on Giants. I'll go Astros, minus 110 against the Mets. All right, Al, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I'll go with the Brewers.
He loves with the Brewers there. Indeed. All right, you like the Brewers against the D-backs. I'm going to go with David Racey's pick here on the Cubs here on this one against the Pirates. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again here tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in all our cappers here from Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll go with their plays for that card on Tuesday. 15 games on the board from Major League Baseball, all of them in the primetime hour, so we'll have a lot of picks to choose from, and our cappers will be here to give you out the plays. Don't forget, it always gets started with that morning show every day, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Mitch, Rod, and Chris with that morning show. All the video series here on Pick Dogs. You don't want to miss out. Chris's home run prop show is up there as well. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tool shows Nerfies, Yerfies. Nick Mencken was Nerfies, Yerfies. Mike Davis, the live show here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Make sure you tune in 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, he has the first 5 inning picks, prize parlay picks up there as well. Lots of shows here on the channel. Mills with his prop videos as well. Of course, keep an eye on Brad and Mills as they go to a rundown style with their UFC MMA show. So keep an eye there as they'll be starting to do their UFC shows sort of on a rundown style. That might fit a little better there. Get it out there a little earlier for everybody so they can a little more digestible. If you can get it out there early as well. Let's see here. We got everything covered, right? We got all the shows here on the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us. Get the plays in real time to get the best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew tonight.